What's going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I want to get into the New York Jets almost having a different quarterback this year. This was an interesting nugget from our guy Ian Rappaport early today. First, a word from our sponsors over at DraftKings, then let's get into the video. I'm Matt O'Leary here with some exciting news. For the start of the 2023 NFL season, I've partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official NFL partner, to bring new users an exciting new offer. Here's how you can get $200 in bonus bets. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code Matt O'Leary, make any $5 wager, and you instantly get $200 in bonus bets right into your account. And with that $200 in bonus bets, you can get in on the action, whether you bet against the money line, maybe you're betting against the spread, there's player props, and even the same game parlay. So you don't want to miss out. There's so many different opportunities for you on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. With the NFL season here, now is the perfect time to get in on the action. Make sure to sign up using my code Matt O'Leary and don't miss out. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay, so this was an interesting one, right? Like really weird timing on this. Week 1, Sunday, NFL Week 1. The season is set to begin. Excitement is brewing for all franchises. Well, most franchises, let's be honest with ourselves. Not all, most franchises. You start 0-0, everyone has the same record, haven't lost yet. Vibes are pretty good. Jets don't play on Sunday or today, so I slept in a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm going to relax, put some bets in, just sit in front of the TV, watch some Red Zone. And then we get an interesting storyline from earlier today where Ian Rappaport is talking about the New York Jets almost trading for Matthew Stafford instead of Aaron Rodgers. All right, so here's the story with that one. So this was before the darkness retreat, and talks with the Green Bay Packers kind of stalled at this point for the New York Jets and the Packers at this point. That's when there was like a 90% chance that he would retire. So the Jets weren't even sure if they could get him. So what they did was they called up the Los Angeles Rams and was like, what could we do to try to get Matthew Stafford? And the Rams did not want to move him, which I guess I understand. I think they're going to be going through a little bit of a rebuilding process or a retooling process because I think they're in a tough division. I think they are not as good as the 49ers. I don't think they're as good as the Seahawks. And like they had their window, they went for it, they won. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do. It was 100% the right thing to do. They're just going to retool a little bit now, I think so. But I'm kind of glad that this one didn't go through. And I want to preface it by saying, like, throughout his entire career, especially in Detroit, I was a big Matthew Stafford guy, and with the Rams too. I was a big Matthew Stafford guy. I thought he was just in a terrible situation, and I would go to bat for him because I always hated the argument, well, he's never won anything, he's not a good quarterback, where wins and losses as a quarterback stat really, really bothers me a lot because, as we know, this is a team game. There's 53 guys on the roster. Not to go full crazy in depth, but I also like same kind of love or appreciation. Like Matthew Stafford is one of those guys who was on that list. Tony Romo and Phillip Rivers were two guys who I thought were underrated or underappreciated quarterbacks because they didn't necessarily have some of that wins or success in the wins department as some other quarterbacks in that era, but still really good players. And that's how I thought about Stafford. But again, kind of going all over the place here. But the main focus is on why that I wouldn't want him. It's not that I don't like Matthew Stafford. I do, but he only played 9 games last year, and he had a spinal injury and a couple of concussions in his mid-30s. Like, what version of Matthew Stafford are you going to get in 2023? I think even though he is younger than Aaron Rodgers, him coming off of that significant of injuries, to me, that is more of an unknown even than Aaron Rodgers, who is obviously older. And plus, at their ceilings, at their absolute peaks, there's no debating that Aaron Rodgers is definitely a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford. That's not to say that I wouldn't have taken a prime Matthew Stafford on this team. Obviously, that'd be great. I would sign up for that. It worked for the Rams. That's why they got aggressive and made that trade to get Matthew Stafford. But I'm glad that it ended up being Aaron Rodgers because, one, I think his ceiling is higher. Number two, even though he's older, I think that his injury concern is significantly less than a guy like Matthew Stafford, who really didn't, he only played half the season last year, didn't look great. Now, granted, the offensive line stunk last year. They had a ton of injuries. It was like the season from hell for the Los Angeles Rams last year. Things really, really went off the rails for them. And maybe they're back and they're a little bit better this year than, some people think. But I did a sigh of relief after hearing this story that it didn't work out and that the Rams didn't want to trade for him. And again, not necessarily a knock on Stafford, the player. I like him a lot, but I just think at this point in his career, he is less of a sure thing than a guy like Aaron Rodgers. So interesting one to wake up to on Sunday morning, don't you think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will catch you next time.